Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And this is some of the things I have left over from that other video. And what I wanted to point out, and I gotta start with this, is when I gave you my theory on how RLUSD and USDC could become world's reserve currencies and how XRP and XLM would be moving those currencies all around the world, it makes sense because Ripple and Stellar, whenever they're having a major roundtable meeting about remittances, cross-border payments, tying DLT into the current financial system, Ripple and Stellar always have a seat at the table. And this has been going on for years. You see it here in Washington, D.C., April 2024. Ripple and Stellar have a seat at the table. And that's going to continue even into the future. I think everything we're seeing happen is happening by design. Crazy how long they all knew about this technology. Once again, the chips are back. So Ripple and XRP are in the spotlight once again after the news that the U.S. Navy is hiring a firm to create implantable microchips that would be compatible with Ripple's blockchain. But we knew about this for years, and I've covered this in multiple Great Reset videos. And I'm going to tell you once again, I am never getting that chip. It doesn't even matter to me whether or not I can spend my XRP. If it requires me getting an implantable chip, it's not gonna happen. And I don't suggest any of you to get a chip either. Ripple's XRP ledger might be the hottest thing in crypto right now. And they cite US Treasury tokens and Ripple's new stablecoin as the reason. But it's also #1 in infrastructure provider. Ripple CTO David Schwartz says, as you'll see in our latest blog post, Ripple is focusing on how to integrate more of the XRP ledger's technically and financially sophisticated features directly into our business, bringing the benefits of DeFi to our customers globally in a secure and compliant fashion. You know what happened? Ripple used to be a U.S. company. Then the Ripple vs. SEC case started, and it made Ripple into a global company. They have projects building on the XRP ledger from coming from everywhere around the world. And the biggest projects I always focus on are the ones that are building out around borrowing and lending against your crypto and lending out your crypto. I'm waiting for a very safe way to do that. That will lead to passive income. I also talked about that multiple times as well. XRP community receives yet another crucial warning. Now, this is about Ripple's new stablecoin. The XRP community has been issued a critical warning as Ripple's new stablecoin, RLUSD, becomes available for testing. XRP Scan and XRP Ledger Explorer has urged the community to be cautious of scams purporting to be RLUSD issuers. This cautionary message follows an earlier major warning from Ripple, highlighting the rise of scams attempting to exploit its historic victory against the SEC. You see those AI Chris Larson videos and David Schwartz videos now. I just seen one of those earlier today. And Brad Garlinghouse as well. Nobody's gonna double your XRP bag. They are all scams. You gotta keep your crypto safe. Especially now. We are too close to the finish line for you to lose your crypto. Don't fall for anything that seems too good to be true. It's long past time for critics to look past their biases and recognize the reality of digital assets industry. So now they're putting out articles about misinformation around the SEC, things like that. We all know how corrupt the SEC is. We've been here while Ripple battled it out with the SEC. Now that they can't turn certain politicians pro-crypto, now they're going to make you they're going to try to make you believe that crypto was in the wrong all along the way. They're going to start pushing the illicit activity and all the other bullshit as well. Gemini co-founder Tyler Winklevoss believes that Operation Chokepoint 2.0 is alive and well, following the U.S. Federal Reserve's latest regulatory action against the crypto-friendly Customers Bank. The punchline of this enforcement action is that Customers Bank must now give the Fed 30 days of advance notice prior to entering into any new banking relationship with a crypto company. This enforcement action is the Fed playing nice with Nerf guns. It's just the table setting, not even the appetizer. The Fed is on its best behavior at the moment because the election is around the corner. If Harris wins in November, the gloves come off. I don't think anything changed around Operation Chokepoint 2.0. And I think Tyler is actually right. Because right now, they're making everything seem fine because it's an election year. You got to make everything look great. They're even propping up the economy right now. Once the election's over, then things are going to go right back to normal, depending on who wins. But I think there's also going to be chaos no matter who wins. But here's the thing. Here's what it comes down to. Is you go out, you vote for people that are pro-crypto, pro-innovation, pro-American. And then we see where we go from here. And all you got to do is hope that the elections go in the way of crypto instead of going in the opposite direction. I don't even think Trump is fully behind crypto. He's all about the US dollar. I think a lot of what we're hearing is talking points, and it's happening for votes. That's what it comes down to. They want the crypto vote. You have no idea what is about to take place. No one has seen money generate this rapidly before. This will be one for the history books for sure. Industry Outlook base case estimate of potential value of tokenized assets by 2030 is nearly $2 trillion. And they talk about cash deposits, mutual funds, ETFs, loans, bonds, alternative funds, but the World Economic Forum says something totally different. The World Economic Forum estimates that the tokenization market will be worth $867 trillion by 2030. The next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says. And I think the World Economic Forum is more on track with tokenization because everything around you is going to become a token. You know, they want to tokenize houses. They want to tokenize cars. They want to tokenize anything of value, trees, water supplies. I think tokenization is going to be very big by 2030. I think by 2025, end of 2025, middle of 2025, that $2 trillion, we will already have passed $2 trillion. Look at Archax. They want to bring $30 to $50 trillion to the XRP ledger within the next year. Think about it like that. Once tokenization gets going, there's going to be no stopping it. The FDIC has unveiled a startling figure that shows Americans are holding a colossal $7.7 trillion in uninsured deposits within their bank accounts. Are you ready for the bail-ins to start? Because that's what's going to happen at some point. And I even tell people outside of crypto, I tell them, listen, if you don't like crypto, put your money into gold. Put it into something. Get it out of the banks. The banks are not safe. I covered that in multiple Great Reset videos as well. It's happening by design. They have to collapse out the banks and consolidate them. I think it's going to be a controlled collapse. They collapse this bank, then that bank, and JP Morgan and all these other banks Goldman Sachs will be ready to swallow those banks up. Because when we go over to a CBDC, and you could believe that's what's coming next, it's easier to tie a handful of banks to a CBDC. It's the same reason that you see all these branch closures as well. Yesterday at 6 p.m. PST, the US Debt Clock website showed this image on the website, and you see the Titanic. The financial Titanic sinking is around the corner. The sinking of the Titanic ship was intentional to kill those who opposed the establishment of the Fed. World War I swiftly followed the establishment of the Fed and was used to reset the world financial system. World War III is around the corner. World wars are triggers for financial resets, not the other way around. I don't think we're going to see World War III. We are in a currency war, though. Right now, we have countries coming for the US dollar. Those same countries want a level playing field. Ripple and Stellar are out there creating a level playing field, banking the unbanked. I think we're going to see a transition from the current financial system into a new financial system. The one thing I'm waiting for is the Fed to hand over full power to the Treasury. I think that's coming short term. And I think that's when we are going to get the announcement of the new U.S. Treasury dollar. I think that's what's going to come next. Breaking: Trump campaign reports cyber attack by Iranian hackers on the internal communications. Microsoft report claims Iranian hackers breached Trump campaign communications in June, coinciding with an alleged Iranian plot to assassinate Trump. So again, cyber attacks as well. Everybody in the crypto space has known for years. If you're an XRP holder, you knew this all the way back before 2018, even into 2015. People were already talking about that massive cyber attack, worldwide power outage. And then once the lights come back on, the rise of the new financial system happens. A lot of things can happen from here. But what I see is a parallel systems, because that's what the BIS, the IMF, the ECB are always talking about. You're going to have cash and CBDC, but then they say other parallel systems can emerge. That's where I think we will see a crypto system where you could transact directly using crypto. So you will have three parallel systems in place, but cash, I think that will eventually disappear. And it's going to take some time, most likely 2026 for that to happen. Other people say 2028, but it is going to happen. That's all happening by design. It's also part of the Great Reset as well. What I'm telling you is this, though. You're an XRP holder. You have to get rich off of what's coming. You know, CBDCs, everybody talks about the rise of CBDCs. Well, as that happens, I think before the first CBDC even goes live, XRP is already going to be at a very high price through tokenization. And even Ripple's new stablecoin adding value to XRP. But at some point, that flip of the switch moment can happen as well. You got to get rich before CBDCs go fully live. This way, you have a chance to stay off of the CBDC. Rich people are not going to be using CBDC. They're not going to have governments tracking their spending habits, is what I'm telling you. They're going to have an alternative system. If you're rich, you get to use that system instead of CBDC. That's my theory for the future. I think by listening to the BIS, the IMF, and the ECB, that's always been what I've been, thinking for XRP holders. Because XRP is going to be very high valued. Why would you want to sell it into CBDC? It doesn't make sense. You could possibly become part of the new 1%. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.